All of our representatives are still assisting other customers. Please remain on the line as we value your call. We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers. Please remain on the line as we value your call. We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers. Please remain on the line as we value your call. We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers. Please remain on the line as we value your call.
Hey, yo, I was a business your local neighborhood super rig here. Off in this thing. Hold on. This damn camera done died. Hold on. All right. All right. All right. Any damn way. It's your local neighborhood super rig off in this thing. One of these cameras about to die. I knew I should have kept that 10 o'clock time. Any damn way. We gonna be talking about the David Banner. Luckily, I came prepared. At least I thought I did originally. Hold on. What is button at? Yeah, I did come prepared. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just gotta get this out the way. All right. And I just gotta get this out the way. Man, this is a Monday for your ass. I mean, no cussing. It is a Monday, if there ever was a Monday. Get that out the way. All right. Okay, that'll do. Let me see. Do I got my other stuff working? Hell no. Oh, okay. I know what I did now. Okay. Hold on. All right. There we go. All right. Welcome to the Super Rig Show. It is Monday morning. It is May 18th, 2026. This is my Grinch mug because this is how I be most of the time. All right, now the show go get started. Today we'll be talking about David Banner saying Martin Luther King Jr. didn't like himself on the way out, and that segregation was the worst thing that happened to black people. I found this news story about this crossing guard in Philadelphia who gave one of the best recaps of a crash that I've ever heard. Apparently he saved somebody's life like Old Dirty as well. Let's see. We're going to look into the fraudster faking Spotify numbers. Then, yeah, other stuff. And I'm going to show off some of the stuff I've been working on while I was up till 1 o'clock. And we're going to talk about what happened to my hair. Also, I have a new chat section that I created, okay? This is the new chat section I created. Hold on, let me show it to y'all so y'all can see it. And then, so I made it to where when I get to this section, when I get to this chat section, this is where, you know, it will be chat time. There will be designated chat times. And I will also be, you know, on a strict, I'm trying to keep the show to an hour. No less than an hour 15. That means, guess what? Less rants. That's right. Less super rants. Because guess what? It's a designated time for super rants. Organizational skills. I've been watching this YouTube channel that talk about people who got ADHD and other neurodivergent situations. And it was talking about how, you know, I need to organize. Man, this shirt is bright and white as hell. Yeah, that's much better. Oh my gosh, it was glaring on this screen. And these lights might be too bright as well. Okay. I want to give a shout out to Amazon for providing the wardrobe, well, at least the shirt. Because I had me like some Taylor shirt, but I can't fit it no more because I've been working out. So yeah, what I was gonna show y'all? Oh yeah, the chat section. Watch this. Watch the chat section, y'all. And this is where I shall see chats and shall deal with thine chats. All right, I think this is right here. Ain't no chats right here. What happened? Why there ain't no chats? Oh, there they go. All right, yeah, there goes some chats. This is where Vine shall pick chats. What's the business? Royce me. Yeah, education department scary situation with Wednesday and the WWE lady. We got a guy who ran a waster management company. All right, we'll look into that as well. What's the business, Poison Ivy? They're trying to privatize the post office. Oh yeah, that's been the goals. That's been the goals. And what they doing to privatize the post office is they go do the same thing they go do to the education department. Make it super broke and non-functional so that an investor can come and swoop it in for the cheapest price possible. But hey, them dumb folks wanted a businessman. That's what they wanted. They wanted a businessman, and they got what they got. A lot of them folks been working at the post office since '87. Those days are over. Also, I got a question of the day. We gonna see if I can get this question of the day working too. And see, I should have stuck on my own timeline. But no, I want to impress myself. See if I could challenge myself. And once again, you guys, let me see if these buttons work. Nope. Damn it. Oh, okay, that camera works too. All right. Yeah. And I'm going to have to fix it because it's going to go out in about 2-3 minutes. What I was going to say was don't follow your dreams. Don't follow. It is a scam about following your dreams. When you follow your dreams, they say you reach for the moon and you will end up in Wisconsin. And last time I checked, nobody wants to end up there. I'm just saying. Now I gotta fix this on everything. This part right here, behind the curtains, I feel like Richard Pryor in The Wiz. Everybody see what's going on. This is supposed to be magical. Oh my gosh. You know who I blame? I blame my daughter. That's who I blame. Okay, so what's supposed to be right here? There's something supposed to be right here. Oh yeah. If you new here, I did want to do this. If you new here, this is not a lot of you guys are new here, so welcome. I do want to welcome y'all. But there's a lot of folks that people came over here from the live where we focused on the fraudster, which is crazy. It's like the algorithm hear my voice and then say, "Oh, this that Drake hating dude." How about, so I think no matter what channel I go to, as long as I'm poo-pooing on the fraudster, it's go take it to another level. Well, I checked my analytics. That video got about 600 watch hours. That's right, 600. I am now only, I think I want to say 400 watch hours to back to monetization, which I thought it was gonna be about 50 watch hours a day I was gonna get, and I thought it was gonna be way faster. But yeah, thanks to the fraudster and hate, once again, and you see what hate does for you. It brings you closer to hate, and negativity has always helped me out of my life every time. Let me think the last time I thought something positive and it worked out. Like this morning, I was, this is gonna be great. I got everything lined up. Crash and burn. But every time I be like, yeah, this stuff ain't gonna work. Flawless. Let's talk about my hair journey. If y'all have noticed, I don't have, that situation going on anymore. It is due to just giving up. Like, I really wanted that S curl, but it's just taking a long time. I'm not getting any benefits from it. My wife was like, "You look old." I was like, "Hold on, what do you mean I look old?" The doctor, I took my daughter to the surgeon the other day, which was successful. She is officially Jada Pinkett status now. She went from Della Reese to Jada Pinkett, and I think her back is doing great now. I believe she stands up. Anyway, went to the doctor. She always be like, "Dad, you're old. You're wrong." Blah 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 blah. And no matter where we go, they be like, "Oh, is that your? I, I don't want to miss. Is this dad or is this brother? Is this uncle?" And I'd be like, "Yo, it's dad." And they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you look so young." But when I had that, and that's when I had a hat on, I took the damn hat off. They thought I was Frederick Douglass age. They was like, "Oh, is this your grandpa?" And I was like, "You know what? It is a wrap. I'm taking this. I'm getting rid of it." Because I always thought, getting S-curl was going to be hilarious and fun. But it was not meant to be. Unfortunately, the same narcissism that told me I'll be able to pull off an S-curl is the same narcissism that was like, "Folks think you are old now. I can do it." What else happened? Update on my daughter. Also, if you are new here, I'm not sure how many people in here because I try not to look at it, the amount of people in here because the ego is a powerful thing, and I want to give a shout out to all the OGs that support every day. If you are new here, it is very crucial that you read this bottom ticker right here, okay? It is very crucial because it tells you what you are in for here. Okay? It's very important. I really, really urge you to read the ticker. Let me see, y'all. I'm trying to work on 4 things at the same damn time, and it ain't working. Let me see. All right, yeah. Read this ticker at the bottom. It lets you know about me, about this channel, and everything I need so I can talk about things without getting in Tasha K levels of trouble. All right? So read it carefully. Some of it is, I'm just up here joking. These are my opinions. Nothing here is facts. I be making up stuff. Shout out to Keita Rose. She also does something similar. But y'all know me. I've been having this manner. Just to let y'all know. Also, that is the real news. When they say breaking news, that's the real news. If y'all see something you want to talk about, when I get to the chat portion, be like, "Hey, we seen this story." And if I'm not in my regular mode, we'll probably talk about it, okay? I want to put that out there. But yeah, if you're new here, I am a self-professed and diagnosed narcissist because I go to the therapist. I done been to 2 therapists. I'll be like, "Hey, I need to work on my narcissism." They'll be like, "You're not a narcissist." And I'll be like, "Yes, I am." They think because of the way I tell stories that I be joking about this stuff. I be dead serious and need help. Won't nobody help me. "Oh, you may be a little neurotic and you may be a little conceited, but narcissism." I'm like, did you not hear the stories I told y'all? So yeah, I will be doing and saying things that to a normal person may be like, "Hey, this guy's messed up." Here's what it is. I don't know what to tell you. I tried to go get the help, and there ain't no medicine for it neither. Also, a lot of people like to suggest stories, for me to speak on. The reason I'm not real big on like looking at something first, because I want, my reaction to it to be authentic. There is a Discord, and I don't be in there. But it's not because I don't like anybody. I was gonna lie to y'all, but all right. Well, but welcome to the new people. What else? Oh yeah, if you want to buy a hat, you can support at the No Fraudry store. The No Fraudry store is how do I get there? No Fraudry. No, it's I Hate Drake. I mean, I Hate It Rake. IHateItRake.com is where y'all can go if y'all want to support me in any type of way. The store only gonna be up for this month. I also ran out of baby blue hats, and I completely forgot to put that on there. So if you purchase the baby blue hat, I will be refunding you on that hat. Let me see if this show up. All right, so how do I do this? If I go here, what? I messed up, y'all. I thought I fixed this last night. Ain't this a bouch? This is a bow wouch. A little bow wouch. And I would lie to y'all and be like, today gonna be the worst of the troubles, but you know, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's gonna be it's probably gonna be pretty bad for the first couple of weeks. Here we go. All right. Yeah. So if you want to support, you can go to IHateDrake.com. That is IDRKE. YouHate'em.com. And you can get your hat, except for this baby blue one. But we do have Pissy Poppy Yellow. We do have a green one. Mia Skin Brown and Christmas Red. We do have those left for you. That's if you hate Drake and you want to support me. If not, it's all good. I'm going to put them right back up in the attic where they've been since last September. Also, since this is my channel, I talk about things that I like, and I want to show y'all something new I got. They came out, Super 7 came out with a new mumra. Now, what's crazy about this mumra is this may be maybe $3 worth of plastic altogether. And these broads at the local neighborhood Walmart, in the electronics section, in the nostalgia section for us oldie foldies, want to charge $37 for this. And I looked at the price and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot both my kids 18 now. I can spend my money on whatever I want to. Shout out to not having actual real kids no more. To anybody out there that don't have actual kids yet and you trying, I want you to look at the news. Just look at the news. Really look at it. Listen to what they saying. And like Andre 3000, please reconsider. Read the literature. All right? Make sure that you're sure. Because you won't be if you read everything. I think I got my kids in right, like on Terminator 3 when they was trying to get away from the T-1000, no, the T-3000, the girl, the X-3000, was it X-1000? Anyway, I wonder why, you know what? I was wondering why they called it an X. It was probably the directors of somebody's ex-girlfriend, and it was like, yeah, I'm gonna name a monster after her. Anyway, I think I got them right under, like when they was running from her and they had to get there before the gate slammed down, of maybe having a chance of being able to feed themselves in any way, shape, or form. It is so expensive. I remember a few years ago, everybody was talking about, oh, it costs $100 to be outside. On some real stuff, it costs $342 to go outside now. That's how much it feels like it costs to go outside. And it's really bad. Everything expensive. Deodorant is $8 for some regular old degree. It's regular degree. Everything expensive. So yeah, I think I got them in right there, and they end up staying here forever. I already know. And this ain't on no, oh, you ain't got no faith in your kids. I don't got no faith in this country. So they're gonna be here forever, and I'm fine with it. The Cosby Show built me up to have them in the house, because I remember Claire and Cliff wanted to get them. They always came back. Denise came back. Sandra came back temporarily. Theo came back for a little bit. Well, he didn't ever leave because he had lost his dorm money and it was in his pocket in the closet. Rudy never left. Vanessa brought home old ass Dabness, which you would think nowadays they be like, "Oh, Dabness, he a nasty old man." No, who else wanted Vanessa? Vanessa was, she was very flighty, flaky. She didn't know what was going on. Everybody else had their stuff together, but Vanessa though, she was a middle child when it was three other middle children. I guess she was the middleest of them. She was very Janish, and Cliff and Claire both realized, they was like, look, we ain't gonna never get rid of her. So that's why Dabness, very old in the heat of the night looking self, was able to move forward. All right. Let's see if I can get this question out the other day working, and then we go move on to our first story, which is about David Banner on Shannon Sharp, which I forgot. Was it Shannon Sharp? I forgot Shannon Sharp show was even on still. At least it feel like I forgot. Let me see. And then after we go through the story, then I'm gonna read the comments. That's the goal. All right, that's gonna be the goal. Let me see. All right, now the question of the day is, I be saying it like saying it go make me be able to fix it faster. Hold on, y'all. All right, question of the day is, where is the question of the day? Oh, it should just be right. Oh, okay, I know where it said. Hold on, y'all. I'm still learning. Did it work? It worked. It worked a little bit. What? It worked a little bit. All right. Okay. Do you agree with David Banner? What he said was Martin Luther King hated himself when he died, at least he thinks, and that segregation was worse than happened to black people. Currently, 67% of y'all saying yes on both, 33% of y'all are saying no on both, and 0 of you guys have any type of, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Y'all just like, it's either all or nothing on that. So let's go check this out. See what he said exactly. I ain't watched the whole quote, so I'm not 100% sure where he went with it, but we about to see. Oh, he went on Shannon Sharp. He on Cam Newton, which I guess is the new Shannon Sharp. Okay, that makes sense too, because I was like, I don't remember that. Please let this work correctly. Oh, I almost messed up. All right, if I do this share thing. All right, there we go. Why is it not showing up everywhere it's supposed to show? So if I come here, it's supposed to show. Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay. All right, y'all. I understand now. I was tripping. Okay. Hold on. I was up all last night trying to get this right. Let's see. And I got the meat and bones of it done. All right, here we go. All right, Shannon Sharp Jr. and David Banner. Does this fit? Man, why don't... That's the wrong clip. Okay. I don't know if y'all can hear nothing. Let me see. All right, this is right here. Okay.
If you go back and look at Martin Luther King, and it's online, the speech that he was going to do at his church that the week that he died, you would have thought that was Malcolm X. Martin Luther King was sick of getting his ass beat on. He wanted to be about finances. He was talking about some of the things that were going on in the war that nobody dared to speak about. That was the reason why they killed that man. But the version of Martin Luther King that black people love, I don't think Martin Luther King liked him when he died. If they could separate themselves, he wouldn't like that dude.
But how? That's heavy.
But it's the truth.
But how
He told Harry Belafonte, I think I have integrated my people into a burning house. That's basically telling Harry Belafonte everything that I built my life on is a lie. He said that. David Banner didn't say that. And I think if you ask his kids, they would tell you that. It's just harsh to realize that we've been duped, bro. That's the hardest thing when it comes to food, history, bro. If it ain't mathematics or science, in most cases, these people done lied to us. And that's hard to admit that we went down the wrong road, bro.
So I'm trying to separate because I'm trying to follow, and specifically to Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. The version that is in front of us, the propaganda that we see in schools and in Black History Month and the I Have a Dream and the monuments and how great Martin Luther King was and what he stood for. You're saying that it's a lie?
What I am saying is, what? Here go all them endorsements, Regina. Regina said, No, bro, like, integration was the worst thing that ever happened to black people. Being enslaved is just losing a war. Like, once we integrated, we thwarted the opportunity to teach our own children. We don't have no options on what we teach black kids in public schools. Think about this, y'all. In a lot of public schools, in a lot of colleges, they tell black men that they can't wear locks. Your natural hair. Dog, do you see that they say they can do anything to meet that they want to, put anything they want to without telling you the truth about it? Think about right now in America, what black people have influence over what happens to their children in general. What they feed them, what they see on TV, what they hear on the radio, any of those things. So by integrating, by even saying that you want civil rights, take the word, the operative part of the word is civil, right? You're saying that I just want you to treat me civilly, right? And anything that you do in life, 9 times out of 100, right? Even if you're great. So if you fall short of civil, that means they treat a dog better than they treat you. I don't want civil rights. I want you to treat me like the God that I am. And so what I'm saying is that they take pieces of a person. Like they couldn't stop Malcolm X, so what they made him was an X on a hat. The same thing that they did to Jesus in Christmas. They took Christ out of Christmas and put an X. These are the mind games that we don't see. And to be honest with you, as our friendship grows, these are the types of things that keep me up at night, Cam, because I see it. And it's so clear.
So you would have wanted segregation to stay segregated?
Well, I would have wanted black people to build their own shit. I would have wanted black people to praise their own God.
Okay.
I would want black people to teach their own kids. I'm not saying that we can't be together, but would you respect somebody who you allowed to stay in your house, whether you forced them to stay there or not? And what, they've been staying there for 50, 60, 70, 80 years, 100 years? It's time for us to get our own. If we have our own, then we don't have to beg for anything.
All right, all right. Pretty heavy there. We're gonna go to the chats real quick, see what you guys. God damn it! It's the chats for. Yeah, we're gonna go see what you guys had to say in the chats. if it's any chats, if I can, man, how do I be breaking this? All right, we're gonna see what y'all had to say in the chats, and then I'll give you guys my dissertation of superization on it. Let's see who in the house. God damn it! It didn't play. Y'all said y'all couldn't hear it. What's the business? Candac E Michelle? Is it Candac E? Hold on. Wait till I get all this working. This is gonna be so dope. All right. I don't know if I had asked you before, but I don't want to mispronounce your name. If you could, like, put it in with the hyphens, and I know I asked you this before, and you probably did it, and then the chat kept going, and then I forgot about it, but I'm paying attention now, so I promise I'm gonna get it. Candace equal Candake. So you want me to say Candace? And also, you only one letter away from having this say Ken Drake, and you might want to rethink your username, because I ain't got it set up yet, but that name will be banned from here. And you know how AI is. If it's too close, it might get you out the paint. So you might. All right, let me see what y'all talking about. Who else in the house? And welcome this morning. Let's see. Thank you so much, Poison Ivy. Yeah, let me tell y'all, she done had damn near major surgery, and then she go to a musical the next day. And since she damn near 20, I couldn't be like, oh, sit down, because my wife was like, you need to sit down. She'd be like, I'll be fine. And I was like, hell, you is. Because if I try to act like I got legal, authority over you, I might have to legally, help you out again. So go on and go. You're an adult. We told you the escort. Y'all don't understand. Do y'all know? All right, when everybody walking around with an S-curl, I'm gonna be behind the times. But it's all good. Y'all just want me to. But you know what? S-curls is for youngsters and men over the age of 78. So you right. But it just would have been fun. What's the business, Royce Me? Oh, well, thank you so much. I spent some time on it. Everything I want y'all to know, everything here is created by hand by me, except for this background and some other stuff I'm gonna show y'all. But all the logos and the move and stuff, I did that on my own, and I appreciate it. I rarely feel good about anything I do, so thank you so much. Poison Ivy said, David Banner, we all knew about this speech. Why is he was acting like this was brand new information. He really was. And actually he brought up some points to where I was like, bro, come on now. I'm gonna have to find a new chat box too where everything stay up there. Let me notate that then. Chat box. All right. What's the business, allegedly, at least? What's popping with you? What's up, Eva? Grand Rising, y'all. Sending positive vibes from Ben. Hey, what's you from the rich part of Arkansas? Shout out to the folks in the rich part where the Walton stay with. I ain't been there in a minute. Well, no, I ain't been there at all. But I ain't heard about Ben in a minute. Wait, Ben, I'm thinking of whatchamacallit. Where is the Waltons at? I used to stay in Benton. I used to stay on this street called Amy Circle. You would go down past the Zaxby's and keep going before you get to you would pass, I think it was a police station, and then you would make a right. It's been a long time though since I've been down there. That was like in 2002, before the Zaxby's was there, but I know it's the Zaxby's there now. These are not fresh new takes, no matter how much you yell, David. That's actually in high school, not college. It happened here in Houston areas. So they still doing that? I thought they stopped. I thought that was like back in, the last time I had heard about it was like the early 2010s. But I thought they had kind of, laxed up. They still doing that? Because the way he was saying it was 1997. And it was like super crazy. I know they might do it in some places. But I didn't know I was too far away, yo. I'm tweaking as I go. And I'm not talking about meth. Allegedly, Super, not sure if you realize it, but 9th Street and Little Rock no longer exists because it was a black area and everyone was thriving, so they gentrified it and created a free... Oh, yeah. I remember that. Matter of fact, hold on. Wait. Is that like... Because it was another area, too, if I'm not mistaken, in Little Rock that was real popping real hard. Matter of fact, if you know what I'm talking about, allegedly, at least let me know. Ain't it an area in Little Rock where like it's a lot of concentrated black wealth, but either people don't talk about it or they did something to where like they was able to like circumvent it. I'm not sure, but I remember I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and it was an area where it still is some money, but I forgot what they did, and they trying to fight to keep something from changing there. I don't know all the details, and I might be talking about somewhere else, but I could have swore it was in Little Rock. Let me know. Okay. Candace. Okay, Candake is the commit Kush. Okay, all right. I learned something new today. Am I saying the right thing, Candake? Because I don't want to be doing it. I be liking stuff pretty easy. Yeah, redlining here in Detroit with walls and highways. Decent movie years back. Think Cheetah was in it. Bentonville, that's where it was. That's where I was tripping at. I was like, I knew it was something. And how lazy is you? That showed just how lazy it was in Arkansas. They was like, all right, we ran out of names. We just go start putting Ville at the end of it. And then where it was a Ville, we go take the Ville off. Boom. We done doubled, quadrupled, really, the names. That's right. Let's go hang some folks in celebration. All right. Nope, they actually said, if you don't let us cut your hair now, you suspended. Wow. All right, y'all. So this is my thought process on it, because I do remember a while back, and plus I want to test out this button and see if it worked. Let's see if it worked. This is Super's opinion, okay? That's the wrong, and I'm going to have to fix that too. All right. I got work to do over here, you guys. Got work to do. My thought process on the David Banner thing is, I agree with a caveat, with an asterisk. I agree. We all know about the Martin Luther King. And I'm sorry I put the in it. I know you're not supposed to, but it's just so funny. So Coming to America did it, and it just sounds better. And I'm trying to see where that ain't the right camera. Okay, there we go. My thought process on it. Oh, and I need to get the little placard thing so it'll see the topic. Let me put the title down there too. Work on that. My thought process is this. As y'all just mentioned, we had redlining, gentrification, or they just flat out bomb and set on fire our neighborhoods or areas where, we were thriving around that time. If you go back in time, soon as a lot of the slaves were freed, a lot of them had hella skills from being forced to learn a lot of those skills, and went out and just started creating economies like gangbusters. And initially, before they found out what was going on there, we was all doing good in our own little areas. But once they caught wind, they was like, oh yeah, we can't let that happen. Also, another reason was all of their skilled labor went to our communities. And so since they ain't been doing nothing for about 400 years, they was asked out. So of course they had to go back and, destroy. So we have to run back here, or force, not run back, but forced us, and our ancestors, I'll say, to run back to them. With that being said, we have to take that into account. Segregation was forced upon us. I believe I feel it was 50% of us was like, yo, we need to integrate. Another 50% was like, yo, we need to stay away. And I believe on the other side, on the Caucasian side, it was probably the same, but the smartest of them was like, no, we need to integrate them together, so that way we fold them back over into us, and we get to pimp their skills. I actually believe segregation was when debt slavery for the entire population came into play. That's when they was like, you know what? We could just have 50% slaves, but now we can have everybody slaves, because once we get them intertwined, we can start paying. And this is overall, because of course, there was wage difference between whites and blacks, but I really feel like the integration was A, to keep an eye on us, and B, be able to pimp our resources. With that being said, there were blacks, I believe, that were very pro integration, because they felt like they were going to be able to break the system down from the inside. If we can integrate, we can destroy it from the inside. And on both sides, well, as far as on the black side, the people that were against segregation and the people that were for, I get it on both sides. I know it's a very hard choice to make for people to make a decision on which side they were going to go on. But I would like to point out this. In my opinion, really, segregation was the only option that was going to go without millions of black people dying, for the simple fact that in the way David Banner is talking, he talking like right now we got 60s levels black folks, we got 50s level black folks. The 60 and 50 level black folks, the black folks that really would have fought to keep us separated and have our own thing, and not even separated, just to be allowed to have our own areas, are all super old. It's too late now. Our generation of kids is, colorblind, but not really, because they don't understand the systematicness of it until they get out there in the world. But it was really no other way for it to go, because unless we were able to pull Haitian level rebellion, which would have took super organization, everybody would have had to been on the same time. It couldn't have been the middle class, upper middle class, bourgeoisie, or however you pronounce it. They would have had to be on there, being on board. Talent the 10th would have had to been on board. In a separate bucket, the Uncle Ruckuses, everybody would have had to been on board, and everybody would have had to been okay with losing. Friends, family, children, everybody would have had to been on board. We would have to do guerrilla warfare. We would have to go and destroy all of the major. It would have had to be the Haitian Revolution levels of things. Then we would have needed some type of heavy disease, tropical disease, to come through and wipe out a good chunk of them as well, for it to actually had work. We would have had to been able to really, because this is the problem. Let's say segregation never happened, they would have just kept doing the same thing over and 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 over. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you weak-minded. I can only go by history and just the sheer numbers of how everything works. We had to get military folks in on, like, everybody would have had to been in on it. Unfortunately, segregation was kind of like, it was somebody in my family, they was in a relationship with somebody that had a lot of money. And long as she stayed with old buddy, I mean, he didn't treat her like the best, But she had access to do kind of whatever she wanted to do for the most part, unless she wanted to go out and get a job. He wouldn't let her. Wasn't getting no job. He wouldn't let her like travel too far with too many people. But other than that, she want to go to Saks. She could do whatever she wants to. Saks, Neiman Marcus, Chanel, whatever she wanted to. Now, but whenever she would try to leave, it would get very, very Tummy Mottola-ish, if you know the story about Mariah Carey and Tummy Mottola. So while she was up under him, and the dude wasn't on my side of the fence, that wasn't my blood. The lady was on this side. We don't have that type of blood in our male side on neither one of the sides of my family. But as long as she was up under them, she had, from the outside looking in, be like, man, you got it good, da-da-da-da-da-da. But she really didn't have real agency on her own. But when she tried to leave, I'm talking about hell path. He destroying everything. She come back, and then when she came back, all that stuff be messed up. Either gone, destroyed, or whatever, and then she would have to build up. And then eventually, he got her to where she ain't try to leave no more. They had kids. Kids was taken care of pretty decently until she would even seem like she was gonna leave. And the threats of cutting off the stuff for even his own kids would loom. But mainly for her kids, the child she had without him. And that's kind of what I feel like segregation or integration kind of was. It was like, look, if y'all go somewhere else, we go destroy everything. All right. So if y'all, just try to, we go give you a couple of scraps. Now, you're not going to be able to go to Neiman Marcus or Saks. Now, Food for Less or Safeway, only on sales days, and we won't kill you. So you got that. Then we go treat your kids way different and not promote you at your jobs. How about that? We go pretend like we kind of giving you a choice, but we not. There was really no other way to go unless we would just go rebel. Then the strongest of all the leaders wiped out. Now let's look at best case scenario. Let's say we were able to just, we go let them. They said we gonna let them go over there. We gonna leave them alone. Cause we gotta remember they ain't even leave the Native Americans alone. And for any of the super David Banner folks here, I'm pretty sure I understand that we it is a good possibility, if not 100%, that we were here first and stuff. But for we ain't going down that rabbit hole. Like right now, we just talking about the Native Americans as we know them. They ain't even let them be by themselves on their own land. They made all of their reservations super trash. But let's say they didn't interfere with us on any level. What would have happened is we would have built multiple Wakandas. And as soon as they saw the first flying car, boom, they would have hit us. We would have had to be just like Wakanda. We would have had to build force fields first, and then build the Wakandas up under there. And then we would have been able to take over the entire country. And they knew that. If we could get everything together, they knew that. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. And now we live in this very, very beige world. And when I say beige, I mean Michael Jackson's song that came out in 91 where he had Another Bad Creation and Macaulay Culkin in there came to fruition. And we can see it in the NBA. It don't matter if you black or white no more, because it's integrated like hell. I told people my theory was white people, the whole premise of Who Cloned Tyrone, where the black dude was like, yeah, we just need to, merge with the white people and da-da-da. I told somebody this. I've been saying this since I was little. Like, you do know they just want to merge in our genes and then just have a whole beige, but keep the structure the same. So, and I heard this somebody let me know if I'm tripping. I heard that in these colleges, in high school too though, the coaches, when they doing the scouting, they be going finding 22 foot tall fifth graders, seventh graders, eighth graders. They go find these kids, and once they find them and they start interacting with their parents and stuff, they slowly but surely start sending the Caucasian women to them over that time. So we kind of get them, and have them. And I think that's where that stereotype come from, of where a lot of them sports dudes be like, oh, they treat us the best and da-da-da. Because I know y'all heard that letter. Let me see. Before we get into the letter, because I feel like they were like, okay, well, we only gonna let them get money if they be on our plantations, which is football fields or gladiator plantations, football fields, basketball fields, because having an owner, working for an owner is crazy. And when they say, and then they can trade you. What? But white folks get this day to work under the same rules. Still crazy. But if we can get them indoctrinated to where all of their genes, instead of just keep creating these super Negroes, we can mix them with ours, and then it's some beige, and then get the beiges to also get with the Caucasianists. They can have us make ourselves out of the equation. I really truly believe that's the plan. That's why on all the Tide commercials, Wendy commercials, all of that, it's always some interracial stuff going on. And you only go see two variations of it. You go see white men with every race, and then black dudes with white women. Every once in a while, they might throw, some Hispanic mixture in there with the black, but they stopped it. Because they was like, we can't have the Browns coming together. So no black and Asian couples. You just got to be black men, white women, and then white dudes. And you can check all the movies and everything. And even if it is too black, if it's a dark-skinned black woman, she going to be with a beige. Or and I think Tyler Perry is a part of that as well. And y'all think I'm crazy. Just look at all your ads and everything. They don't want us super melanateds to be reproducing super melanateds. They just don't. They want white and black to merge, make beige, and then have the beige mate with white, and now white. That's what the fraudster did. Fraudster went out and he was like, look, but that's good though. You know what I'm saying? We didn't need that in our melanated sis. If he had I'm glad none of the sisters. Oh wait, didn't he pay somebody to make them get an abortion though? And I believe she was of the melanated, super melanated complexion. Also, this is no biracial hate. My son is 1/3 or something of Filipino or some stuff, and all my nieces and baby cousins, 100% lottos, all of them. I only got one cousin where everything is just 100%, and my daughter. So it's like 3 of us that only got, but the rest of us then have been traitors of our race. I'm only like 10% though, because she Filipino and black, so I still technically stepped out though. Any damn way. Did y'all see that letter from old girl? Let me see. What is it? How to get an athlete list viral. Let's see. Let me see. I think it's called How to... Wait. Woman... Was it her mom? Mom gives daughter tips to get black. Let me see. Yeah, it's the athlete dating rules. Check this out. this playing audio? I thought it was a list. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. All right. So these was the rules that had went viral. We gonna see if we can zoom in on them. All right. So the number one rule was, I know you lying. I know you lying. Ain't no way to enlarge it. Enlarge it and then charge it. I guess not. Dirty wench. That's close enough. God dang it. Let's see if we can find another one. All right, so this is something I gotta fix too. This is something I gotta fix. Now I understand. I have to go to Meta, which I don't like to. How these folks go share the thing, but not have the actual thing in it? My gosh. Oh, you know what? I'm stupid. Let me go to images. Nope. News stores. Is this it right here? Let me see.
So I just posted the video going into detail about the article that came out about white women being predatory and deliberately, intentionally going after black athletes while in college and setting the tone for the relationship once they hit draft day, and how they'll be a millionaire and all of the things. And yes, it goes beyond just white women. It's women of all races and people of all races. I understand that. But the complexity and the historical context of white women in these spaces with black men, that's what gives me the fucking ick, and how it feels very calculated, very ill intent, with the expectation of becoming just a rich wife, going to campus, and it talked about skipping fucking class. And then the fact that they yet again are bringing black women into the conversation, and the black man is still going to be attracted to black women, but you do any and everything he wants, be submissive, be this and be that. And it's just the whole idea of black women are aggressive, black women are this, they hold you to a high standard, they're, you know, they're breathing down your neck, they're nagging, and they do this and that. You want to pick me? You want a yes girly? You want somebody that's ill intent, that has not a fuck to give?
I'm sorry for the cursing. I didn't know it was gonna be cursivity in the in this rant. I'm so sorry, but I need something to stall y'all while I find the actual rules.
Also, people comments, they're like, yeah, they have kids with these men, and then in a couple years later, they're getting divorced. It's the same song and dance, rinse and repeat, that we see oh so often, but the fact that it was pen to paper, text message, receipts, is just, they got a whole cult out there doing that shit. Plotting and scheming. But black women are the problem. Okay. So I just posted the video going into detail about the article that came out about white.
All right. So I think let's see. Let me see. Are the listed rules that are on the list? Let me see if I can find this. I can find everything whenever I don't need to share it with folks. Soon as I need to share it, it won't let me. And apparently, I'm trying to get whatchamacallit to show the dang list. AI to show the list, but AI keeps saying, yeah, that list ain't real. All right, here you go. This some of the rules. And I ain't go front. I think this particular one actually is kind of fraudulent to promote the division and generate clicks and views. However, they not lying. Like I told you, I heard coaches from somebody that be in the games actually do this, so they can get that, and they get the check too. The daughter automatically get the money, so the money go from the white man to the black man, right back to that same white man, and then they exit. Children is in the family, so it stay back on that side. That is not no conspiracy or anything either. Like, I feel that it's true. So let me take it back from it not being a conspiracy, but it makes sense. But here are the things that were made to make everybody mad at each other in the black community. So it says, yeah, if this don't look fake, this look like it's made for engagement. I want a football player, NFL preferably, a tall chocolate one like you did. I want your life. That's easy. White, I'm talking about they specifically. White thumbs. But you have to play your cards right. You can't be an emotional little girl. Yeah, I would assume they would have used a yellow thumb. But, you know, in order to rage bait, you got to have every detail in there. Then they would like, teach me, fish eyes. Remember, he's the prize. He can change your life. You can't change his. Which, I'm going to be honest, this is some of the talking points of some of the originators of they were not red pilling, but these guys put the seeds for the red pillers. One of my favorite comedians of all time, Patrice O'Neal, used to go on this podcast called Opie and what was it? Opie and something. And Ness got his own set of issues. However, he used to always tell callers, they would call in and be like, yo, you got to let your girl know you the king. The king, once he get a queen, her whole life change. But if a queen go get somebody, they don't nothing, it really don't even work like that. So that's where that comes from. But it's technically kind of true. I already hear you ladies. Patriarchy, understand. Next one. Dealing with cheating, don't look for it. Girls will throw themselves at him, and some will succeed. If it's just a fling, let it go, but don't let him get emotionally attached to one of them. He'll always be attracted to black girls. Activate the shenane, I guess, in her by picking at her and let him see it. He'll dish her real quick. Wow. Now, and this is just for athletes, no matter what race or whatever, or any entertainers. I gotta give her this number 2. That was a good look, and that's just in general. Look, ladies. And I'm not talking about professional C-suite people. I'm talking about entertainers and athletes for sure. Unfortunately, there's some good ones out there. However, the 99.9% screwed it up for that 0.1% of good dudes that are probably in the game. That's just something you gonna have to accept. That's like if I had a homeboy, he was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get with a stripper. I'm like, look, dog, you do know she got about 15 sugar daddies. All right, they come in that club, she don't dance for them, and they give her 10 racks. They go to her family reunions, dog, because they paid for her mama's gout removal surgery. You gonna have to be okay with it. You gonna have to be okay with her coming home with bags and bags of sex and all sorts of stuff you can't afford. And I got a good job, I got money. It don't matter. She too used to that life. Just accept it. If you gonna be with her, hey, when she come, don't ask no questions. Do not ask no questions you don't want. So I gotta give them to him. That's a good rule for anybody. Really, anybody that has a substantial amount of money, they probably gonna do whatever they want to do, and you just gonna have to accept it. That's like getting with Cher. Anybody to get with Cher, gonna have to understand that she, not only is she gonna be getting all sorts of space age, some type of life extending and skin stretching surgery that is probably from another dimension, because I'm pretty sure she should be dead. She's going to have a whole plethora of 20-year-olds that she gonna be doing something with, because it's no way that the box is still functional. I just don't believe it. But you're gonna have to accept it. So For all y'all out there, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but once you get with somebody, now if you was there from the beginning, you definitely just look the other way. And be prepared to have your own life. Now that's just a good rule for anybody that want to be with somebody that got a lot of money. I'm sorry. Except for me. Like, my wife would never have to worry because we slept on air mattresses together. But for all y'all newbies, if y'all ain't slept in air mattresses and accepted roach motels together, just accept the worst. Let's continue. All right. He'll always be attracted to black girls. Activate the... Okay. Now, the actor... I wonder... So she's saying... I guess it's like on that show, The Game, where Tia and Samira was on there, or one of them was on there, but I think due to labor laws for twins, both of them had to work and be the same person, because you can't overwork twins. At least that's what I had heard about Michelle and the two Michelles from Full House. On that show, they knew they was cheating, and then they would get into it with the side chicks. So I think that worked regardless if they black or not. I think that's how it goes, just if you a wag or... Yeah, but they threw the race stuff in there because, like I told you, this is some rage baitery. That's all this is rage baitery. 3, be an asset to him. Fold his clothes, buy and bring him his food, do his homework, completely integrate yourself in his life to where he can't function without you. And it sucks that this is rage bait because this is just called... outside of the doing the homework is a lot. That's too much. I'll give them that. But the other stuff, you know, because it don't say every day. You do a couple of them once a month, though. That's just called being a decent, you know, partner. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, due to the patriarchy, you would pick me if you do any of this. So if you don't want to get picked, don't do none of this ever. Which is crazy because I wanted to get picked by my wife, so I did all sorts of cake and stuff. And she wanted to get picked by me, so she did all sorts of cake and stuff. But for all y'all people that don't want to get picked, though, do not do none of that. That's crazy. Getting picked is a bad thing, though, in the women community. You taking that out of context, we mean the ones that go above and beyond. Why the hell wouldn't I want somebody to go above and beyond? But, you know, I don't got ovaries, so I don't know what to tell you. But I'm a pick me for the men. I'm doing what I got to do. Why you paying that? Why you paying her rent? 'Cause I want her to be mine. What's your problem? I can afford it. You caking, you being a simp. Nigga, you weren't even born when the term simp was really originated. This ain't simping. This is actually pimping. Unless you mad. Now, if you mad, simping would be having your girl go on a date with somebody else, and then you find out and then call the restaurant and pay for their whole date. That's simping. But me and her go together, and I'm trying to impress her. Damn right I'm paying some rent one time. Number 4, don't embarrass him. Don't cheat. Don't text other men. What? Why this ain't just a regular... This got to be told to get a ball. Why this ain't just for regular dudes? That's number 4. What? And that actually should be number 1. His cute friends and teammates will try you, ignore it, just in case the relationship goes south. Another athlete will see you as gold. Yep, that is true. Not really. I'm be honest with you. Dudes, really, we don't. Because this how dudes work. If you... So let's say that's why that song back in the 80s, that dude song, he was like, I wish I had Jesse's girl. Dum, 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 dum. Jesse's girl. Dum, 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 dum. I want to find me a woman like that. That song goes so hard. Anyway, that's kind of not true. If a dude got a girl and his homeboy want her, and then they end up kicking it, he not gonna look at her as, oh, she going. He gonna be like, I'm better than my homeboy, and she need to be with me. And he will get with her and marry her. Now, anybody from the outside looking in, also, it depends on how her level of attractiveness as well. Like, if she's super bad, ain't nobody caring about that. Not only did I take your girl, and don't be listening to these dudes on these podcasts, man, that's messed up. I'm not gonna cross the line. We all seen the 5 Heartbeats. That was his brother. He didn't care. You love me. You don't love him. That's true. And do it sound scumbaggery? You're darn tootin', but it's factuals. And guess what the brothers did? They made up. They made up because most dudes, if you got any kind of motion, it's kind of understandable. The only time that don't work is, or it's gonna be real jacked up, it's specific stuff. But for the most parts, you just gonna be like, damn, I guess he was better than me. All right. I knew she was kind of going anyway. Now, did you go to the wedding and stuff? No, but y'all probably gonna be cool on the back end. It depends on how it happened, how the story happened. And y'all don't, I can hear it's some dudes out there probably watching this. Man, you messed up. You got it twisted. Okay. Maybe me and my group of friends are different. It is some caveats to it. Let me take that back. I'm telling y'all stuff from back in the day in my early 20s and late teens. Once you get old and y'all got a family with kids, that's when it mess up. But in this situation, college and stuff, they ain't nobody gonna really care. I'm telling y'all right now. From if you got motion, if you got a lot of options, from about 17 to 22, for the most part, they probably ain't gonna care. Unless they in like super love. I'm gonna have to tell y'all some stories one day. Some of y'all might know my old stories, but that's the view I'm coming from. I wouldn't care. I've probably been, no, I got a story. I ain't care. My homeboys didn't care neither. Not enough to not be my friend no more. And vice versa. Go completely wild on him in bed. Use throat spray. Do any and everything. Be spontaneous. Make it go down anytime, anywhere. Once again, ain't this just regular stuff? How is this a rule book? This is regular stuff women do if they really like you. If a woman really, this must be for if she not attracted to him. This list is for women that want a baller, but they not naturally attracted to him. That's where this is coming from. And it's the same thing in real life. This is a list for women who want an ugly dude that make money. Like on Waiting to Exhale, when what's her name? What was that character's name? And she got with that fat dude. Waiting to Exhale characters. This, now it makes sense. Layla Rashawn, yeah, her character, when she got with Fat Michael, and she just couldn't do the, it was chore when and it's on opposite sides. When somebody really attracted to somebody else, the pheromones take over, your brain shut down. And your heart, unfortunately, the heart open up, and then all the pheromones take over, and your genital area actually control your brain. So your genital area, men and women, it will shut your brain down. unfortunately, open your heart and you go get screwed if it's the wrong person. But all this stuff they saying is just for folks, you know. This is for, you only got to tell somebody to do this if they not attracted to the person to the max level. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I done been with somebody who wasn't attracted to me like that, and all of this stuff was a chore for her. And I had never experienced that. The first time that happened, it happened, I think, twice. Because they thought I was different from how I looked. They thought I was the same as how I looked at that time when I had, you know, goals and stuff. They thought I was a thug. I was not. And as soon as they found out I was watching Dragon Ball Z and doing the chicken noodle soup dance, all the attraction went out the window. They started treating me completely different. I was like, what is happening here? And same thing with me. I didn't got with folks, and under the influence of VNJ and or Steel Reserve, and then they got to talking, and I got to knowing them more. I was like, why am I here? No, I'm not holding your hand in the line at Six Flags. Are you crazy? It is hot out here. I don't want my hand to get sweaty. It's because I was not attracted to them no more. They still look good though, but I just didn't like them. Number 5, go completely wild on him in bed. Yeah, that's just some regular stuff. If they really attracted. His mom, Lexi, do not tell his mom any personal business information, especially some negative. What? Yeah, what? This is just regular. I like you a lot rules. What? Yeah. She'll tell the entire family. Yes, this is facts. What you doing telling the other person? That's for both sides, too. Don't be going over there. Hey, Mr. Johnson, I think Brenda's still talking to Brandon. Have you seen anything? You know, because I seen that y'all got him a Christmas stocking up there, too, Mr. Jones. I thought y'all loved me. Look, dog. Don't be asking no questions you don't want to know the answer to. And he gonna be on here on New Year's as well. I like him way better than you. Now you done got your feelings hurt. Going running your mouth, talking to the other person's parents. Nobody got time for that. 7, always look good and appealing. Face and hair always has to be done. That's only if you ugly. So this girl must be ugly too. And I usually don't do this. Because I hate when women be like, oh girl, he got 17 baby mamas and have sex every week with new women because he gay. Is this some dudes that probably try to overcompensate? Sure, I'm sure. But 99% of dudes just do that when they allowed to during they you know, sowing oats phase. So that's just gonna happen. With that being said, that always have your hair and face done. I hate I'm about to quote somebody. It pisses me off. And this is how I know that somebody else wrote this song. I think it was Kia Shine actually wrote Best I Ever Had from Drake. But the part where it say, and the only reason I know this is because they played it on the radio bajillion times when I was working for the cable company. I was in the company car, and they just, boom. But it was a part where it said, I like you just like you in sweats or some other thing. My brain blocks out the voice and actual lyrics, but I knew what that part. And a lot of women be like, girl, I was just in some sweatpants and I ain't have my hair done and stuff, and dudes was still on me. Cause you look good and you got a cute face. And or you a butterface and your body is crazy. One of the two. Nobody care about all that makeup and stuff. And back to what I was saying earlier, where I'd be like, yo, I don't usually be like, yo, if a dude need this, then the third, he probably gay. That's one of the few ones where I'm like, what's the term they be using? Beat. If your face beat and he compliments you on your face, like, ooh, you look so good, babe, with all that mascara and the eyeliner and stuff. I don't even know what bad or good makeup look like, but if he only compliments you when you got that paint on your face, he probably wear balloon breasts on the weekends. That makeup stuff, under most men's assumption, y'all put that on for each other. We don't care. I do not care. Do it look cute sometimes? I guess. But I don't give a damn. You need to be naturally cute. So this girl, she training her to get a Dwight Howard. That's what she training her to get, a Dwight Howard, because nobody care about that. You got paint on your face. If I wanted somebody with paint on their face, I'd get somebody from Circus Olay. Push for marriage, or at least to have multiple kids, and you got them. This the only like rule where I'm like, oh, okay, they trying to get a baller or trap somebody. That's it. The rest of this was just a regular list on just, being a good partner to somebody. And they done flipped it. Now all this race stuff done get thrown in it. When this should just be regular, hey, if you want to treat a person, a man, right, or whatever, and you can vice versa the woman too. In 2 years on draft day, you'll be a millionaire, and all your friends will work hard in school to literally never live the life you live. Woo! I am very much team, unless you go be a doctor, a lawyer, or some type of engineer or something on the max level, that folks to be working hard when you could have just got on your knees for the right person. It's so sweet and rewarding, Lex. I'm in Cancun right now, and see, this is why you don't take her advice, because she supposed to be balling, but she talking about she in Cancun. If Cancun impress her, that means Lexi, don't listen to her, because she need to be in Saint-Tropez or Greece or somewhere like that. If she down the street, because Cancun just down the street around the corner. She might as well have said, I'm in Miami right now. And ain't nothing wrong with Miami. I love Miami. However, if you trying to tell her to get with a millionaire and he taking you to Cancun, that is a Safeway trip. You can open up a box of cereal and get a free trip to Cancun. And who in Cancun? What, 18-year-olds? No disrespect to Cancun. I'm just saying, for her to be talking about a millionaire, I'm in Cancun right now. This must be, unless she was 17 or 18 who wrote this. And I ain't even been to Cancun. I ain't even been to South America, because I need 12. It's got to be at least 18 hours for me to want to go somewhere. Other than that, and I'm sure I'm missing out on some beautiful locales. I do want to see the Mayan pyramids, but no, I gotta cross the ocean. Whew. What time is it? 9:28. That was a long rant. Whew. Who knew I was gonna rant that long? Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. I think I got 2 more stories. Let me see. The crossing guard. Man returns we got to talk about the man that returned the stupid fanny pack for 30 racks. We're going to talk about that. Let me see how much y'all disagreed with me in the chat, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of you guys. Especially when I got to talking about how a lot of dudes, if they try to get your girl, they just gonna be like, if they respect it, they be like, she chose up. What else can I do? He shoot the best threes. Who else gonna be on my team when the 3-on-3 tournaments come out? I'm gonna just stop being his friend because he took my wife? No. Oops. We not going nowhere. It's about to go into another screen. No, don't go nowhere. I'm still learning these buttons. About 3 seconds, it's gonna go to a screen, say it's over. But it's not. All right, there we go. Okay, let me see. Where the chat button? Alrighty, Poison Ivy, that's not how you pronounce it. Which particular word? You know who you're talking about here. You're talking to me, so I know it's probably 8 bajillion things I mispronounced. If you could put it down there in the chat, I appreciate it. What's the business, Leonardo Thomas? What's popping with you? And y'all still giving hated hell to this day. Facts. You can't whoop the woods, butts. Butt is a crazy word. But you can't whoop the woods butts and they not go try to keep your entire lineage down forever. That's just not how it works. Iceman got a 4 point. Oh, that's what we were supposed to talk about, the Spotify stuff too. Hold on. We might say that tonight for Struggle Strain. I'll make sure ain't nobody hit me up from work though real quick. Morning tracker. All right, yeah, I'm good. Also, has it been anybody that has been summoned to a duty of judging somebody else's life? And they was like, you know what? I don't want to have no type of control over that. I'm just go pretend like I did not receive such in this area of northern Texas. I know in southern Texas don't nothing happen to you, but if anybody knows, please let me know down here. All right, Spotify, Drake, Spotify, Drake store. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the fanny pack and then the Spotify Drake store next. All right. Poison Ivy said, David Banner and people like him are speaking from the privileged standpoint of 2026. Being in the thick of constant oppression is different. Yep, whatever your ancestors did, they made it. So you're here. Yes. I talk about this. I be having conversations with friends and family, and I just think about all of the stuff that our ancestors, generations of people done suffered, and then my life right now. And even my life back then, really just the family I was born into, a whole bunch of stuff. I'd be like, man, if one thing was changed, and I'm just speaking for me, this is not outside other people, but I just be thinking about it just from my point. I'd be like, my life might be completely different. And that's jacked up because it sucks. Because even when I was going through bad stuff, I still was like, man. And it's crazy how, and that's why I always, when people be like, oh, we can have a utopia if we can't never have no, that's just not human nature. But it is from a privileged point of view as well, too. And there's a lot of moving parts to that, especially when they try to judge past people for what they did. Do I personally think Martin Luther King was, didn't like himself? No. I don't think he went and was like, he did too much stuff to not like himself. The only thing he might have thought different was, oh, I shouldn't have got with them basic woods. I should have got me some top-notch woods. Because I seen the picture of one of the woods, and I was like, nah, Claretta should have threw some high grits on you for her. Now, if it was, top-notch wood. Also, shout out to Coretta. She followed the rules. She followed number 2. Hey, she didn't just go come with being with a successful person. And she just was like, look, I'm accepting these woods for our entire race, mama. So stop calling me stupid. And I ain't even really in love no more. But don't you want us to be able to use same water fountains and stuff? Well, let me just handle the wood sheeting then, mama. And really, a lot of them NFL, y'all ain't even changing the world. Y'all accepting some cheating for a coach bag, which is crazy. Shout out to Emily. FD Signifier spoke a bit about channel nature of sports. You want to know who broke down the sports the best way? It was South Park, when they was talking about how none of them players was getting paid. I don't think they broke into. I think they a smidge touched on the racial part of it, but yeah, it's quite obvious from if you just look at the structure of it. It is very slavery, and I'm just not. The auction block went to the most powerful and strongest slaves. If you born and you came out the womb 6'8" and 300 pounds of muscle, it just sound like they traced down the lineage of all of the strongest bucks. And it was like, no, we gonna keep them slaves. We just gonna give them a little bit of money this time. Yeah, cause if they paying these fools $30 million, that mean they making $100 million off of them. And probably more than that. Let me see. Poison Ivy. 1/3 is a thing. Your son is a quarter. Your wife is biracial. Here go Poison Ivy with accuracy and real mathematics. Jeez Louise. Don't you ever get tired of being correct? Huh? Don't you ever get tired of being factual and knowledgeable? Jeez. Yeah, so gaslight for sure. What Mal does isn't even simping. It's stalking disguise. Dude is. And I heard that there was him yelling when they was taking pictures of the fireworks. I'm not 100% sure. I do want to talk about Rick Ross' response, but we'll probably say that for a struggle stream though. Rick Ross response. Cause Mal them got a new guest on their show, or a new co-host or whatever. Apparently he did 20 years in the pen, which is supposed to mean something. And he out there defending them like he Tony Yayo for 50 Cent or something, which is bananas. The two grown dudes need a bodyguard to stand up for them. Y'all is grown. Both y'all is 48 years. You know what? I'm gonna say that rant for the night. Let's at least. Okay, so we moved past David. Super's on the white girls list that's been going around. Sorry I had to meet with another customer. Hey, you gotta get that money. I meant to do a chat. I'm gonna put a timer on, cause now you can use AI to do certain stuff. So I'm gonna have AI be my producer. And I'm sorry for the water. This gonna be my local AI on my own rig. So I ain't gonna even be using water. I got my own personal AI that I'm be using. So, and it's gonna be doing stuff. Y'all see when I get all this set up, it's gonna be nice. When will white women learn that there is no science to it? If that person ain't ish, you will end up hurt and will keep his money? Maybe, unless they set it up right. Cause it is ways. I want to write a book. I want to write a book on how you navigate that stuff. Cause the only reason people ever want to take your money, or same thing with child support and all that stuff, is if they hate your guts. If they hate your guts, or they feel like you done did them dirty or something like that, you can still do somebody dirty, and they don't like you romantically, but they still want the best for you, even if you did dirty, if you know how to handle the situation. I done seen it happen. I'm telling y'all from personal knowing. But a lot of people let emotions take over when it comes to that type of stuff. When it comes to breakups and stuff, you let your emotions whoop you from, because usually when you going through a bad breakup, you wake up in the morning, you feel like butt. All day, really, to be honest. But when you interface with them people, that's when you need to, try to be strong, think logically. A lot of dudes, I done coached a couple of dudes on some real stuff too. I ain't even joking with y'all. on how to deal with them type of situations, and I think I might be able to help, ladies out as well. I'm talking about on some real life stuff too. Real life stuff I done coach folks. But you gotta be able to separate your emotions. That man may give you access, but when it's over, the thrill and the coins will be gone. Yeah. That's why everybody should read Iceberg Slim and watch like the Mac and watch Superfly movies like that. And because if you read them 3 books, not only will you understand the government and capitalism, but you will also understand what you need to be doing in these type of situations. It's very easy to point out. A lot of women just receive items, which they be like, you need to get some cash. No, ask for very high value, but things that hold appreciation. A lot of these dudes done caught on the Birkins, so ask for a Rolex. No bust downs. Ask for items such as those, not no diamonds neither. Ask for stuff where you look it up and it's go whole value across the board. And every time you get one, ask, can you get 2? And be like, oh, I need one for my outfit. And then go and put that up. And you need to be accumulating. And that's for anybody. Share boyfriends. Whoever get with Leslie from Saturday Night Live, just be putting that stuff up. Okay? What? Now, this ain't even about no black card, okay? Because I ain't see Boys in the Hood until I was like 14 years old. How did I see New Jack City and all them when they came out, but I ain't see Boys in the Hood? Anyway, so it's not about that. But the 5 Heartbeats is bigger than just black. That is a tutorial to music business and just a good case study on human. That's just a good movie. You got to watch the 5 Heartbeats. You are missing out on some great songs, great singing. Great. So you don't even know what it mean when they say, I told you my office hours from 9 to 5. Nothing but love. Do you not know? I ain't go front. I might start crying to know what you done missed out. But I'm also envious of you, because when you do see it, you gonna get to see it for the first time and be impressed. I got nothing but love for you, baby. So much love, so much love, yeah. Shout out to Robert Thompson, who, according to rumors, had sex with Beyonce so she could be in Carmen because she can't act. And he said, well, you got to do something. And unfortunately, Matthew Knowles was like, you heard him. You can't act. Go on. Go on. That's alleged from Lipstick Alley. This list is basic human decency. Thank you. That's what? It's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, that bringing up Cancun was wild. That was wild. That was like being in telling somebody, yeah, that's why you didn't get to go to Magic Springs. Like, you do understand I went to Disney World. But if Magic Springs is still at the top of your theme park list, hey, I'm not hating on you, pal. But I hate the name. What's the business, Lady Lex? Hey, I'm sorry that you had to be involved in such BS-atry as well. I just went to Cancun in January, and you probably just went down there to get a taco or something. It's like, you know what? I want some authentic Cancunian tacos. I'm only gonna be there for 20 minutes. Cancun was literally where all the senior trips were held back in the day. Cancun is I knew Miami since Florida wild then. Yeah, that's where all of the, and I ain't go. I'm glad I didn't either, because some stuff went down there, and I'm pretty sure if I had been there, it would have, at least on our trip. I heard you had said you had passed by Parkview the other day, too. I had read that. And I don't have school allegiance. I barely went when I was enrolled there, so I didn't never care about folks dissing Parkview or nothing, because I will say this, though. Since I went there, it was the best school in the tri-state area. You know what I just realized? I've been saying the tri-state area, not realizing it really is for like the Northeast, some city up there. But ain't nobody ever stopped me from saying it. I'm sure Poison Ivy gonna be like, that ain't the tri-state area down there, boy. And I'm be like, so? It sounds great. It sounds great. L. Bitty said, I can't understand pretending to give a F about anyone for money. It's gross. Romantically, I can't see how you do it. Like giving it feelings, doing it for feelings. Like pretending like you, well, I mean, that's basically what the strip club is. So I guess that's gross. But to me, that's like going to work, like pretending like I care about, the goals of the company I work for. To me, it's the same. I might as well be, I don't care about anything you really don't for money. To me, it don't matter whether it's, But I get what she's saying. I got a cousin. He messes with nothing but box Chevy backs. I'm talking about box Chevy backs with a Ewok face. He do it for money. And I don't think he done had a job since 2006? But these are big box Chevys now. I'm talking about Caprice Classic. I'm talking about deuce and a quarter levels of backs. And Ewoks is kind of cute. This is Gremlins 2, Spike, white hair level faced. And he looked like me. That man is 52, and he still look like our lineage the same. And I'm like, you do know you can get the same treatment from non-big backs. You do understand that, right? And I think his whole thing is if he get somebody that's not, because they self-esteem be down here. So he literally could holler at their mama in their face and make love to her, and they just go be, why you treat me like this, and don't go nowhere. If he got with somebody that matched his attractive level, he ain't gonna be able to do that, so that's why he do it. But yeah, it's gross. I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but it is gross. Cancun, thank you for that link, Lady Lex. We about to go into that. I appreciate you put that link in there. Let me go on and open that up too, so I don't forget. There's so much love, yeah. You don't remember nights like this. I wish that raindrops would fall. I still got it. Joint. Nights like this, Y'all seen Sugar Hill? I wanna chill. Sugar Hill, baby. Sugar Hill, baby. It's so lovely, sipping on bubbly. All right, let me see. Where'd the chat go? I done lost the damn chat. It's so crazy, damn we easy. It's so lovely, sipping on bubbly. Where the fuck? Sugar Hill, baby. Sugar Hill, baby. Oh, it's over here. I'm stupid. But it's not said, if I'm not attracted to a person, I'm not pretending. They might as well be prostitutes. I mean, they are. Anybody who's specifically going for somebody and their income is more than 50% of the reason, I understand if you got the quadrant. I'm cool if somebody's income is 25% of the reason. But if it go over the 51%, then you might as well be Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman. Because you know what I'm saying. But if it's a part of the quadrant, it's just 20, I get that. I'm even cool with 26%. Nah, that's a lot. That is a lot. Because the thing is, anybody can go broke. Anybody, except for Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and the other hoarders of wealth. But other than that top 1%, anybody can go broke. And then what you go do? What you go do then? Now you with somebody ugly. You with somebody ugly, and if they ugly enough, you might be able to start like a freeway circus. You know how like some people sell oranges and flowers on the side of the freeway? If they ugly enough, you could like put a box over their head and cut out a window, put a curtain there, and then put ninth wonder of the world, $20. And then somebody can pull it, and then it'll be, and then they see their face. Cause that's a good ass idea. That's a real sideshow right there. I'm pretty sure you clear $400 or $500 a day, depending on how ugly they is. That's a great idea. I be coming with some good ideas sometimes, y'all. Some real stuff. Right, Poison. It even feels like a domestic trip. The prices of fly actually cheaper than going somewhere in the States. You can catch a Greyhound in Cancun. Let's see. It has to be the lowest feel. The most may not care, but I would literally equate it to being escort. You might as well. And you know that's what they pushing. I hope all the ladies out there understand it right now. Which is the right one? Right now, what is being pushed is escort and pimping and hoeing is now have been pushed to relationship status on both sides. Both sides is now. It is trend. They pushing 1,000% transactional relationships when it should be not codependency but interdependency between people. They like if he can't take care of you financially 100%, you is settling. And they teaching dudes. What is they teaching dudes? I don't know what they teaching dudes. But they need to be teaching teamwork. That's what they need to be teaching teamwork. They just teaching everybody to be mad at each other. Oh, they teaching dudes that the women, that's all they want you for is money, and they teaching women to say, all I need is money. That's what they teaching. And so now everybody mad at each other over what? Money. Money. When if it's two people together, that equals more money. Oh, you can't do 50-50. What? Are you insane? 50 plus 50 equals 100. Now, I can see if one person, if it's supposed to be 50-50, but then one person is actually doing 100%, the other person ain't doing nothing. And I got a daughter myself. I would tell her, I'd be like, look, dog. I wouldn't tell her nothing, because I got to be honest. All I'm going to do is be mad when she do the opposite. My pops did the same thing. My pops only gave me one bit of advice in life, and then I'll figure out the rest by watching him. But he never told me nothing. He just told me, don't let a woman come between me making money. That's it. He didn't say nothing else. Oh yeah, and also when I had kids, hey, they mamas, don't ever get mad at them. They gonna be mad at you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Just do what you gotta do. Those are two things. Everything else, all of the other good advice he told me, I ain't listen to it. And to this day, I'm like, I should have listened to you, Daddy. So you told me to put that money in my 401k. And I was like, but so how about these J's? And you was right. You were right. All right, we about to move on to the next story. Then I'm going to come back and read some more chats. Before we get to the fraudry Spotify numbers, I found this one story, and I want to know what y'all would do in this situation. You're so crazy, down with Jay-Z. I mean, AZ. It's so lovely, and sipping on blah, blah. I wanna chill, All right. So here you go, right here, y'all.
Story getting a lot of attention online. A man in Florida proving that some people still choose to do the right thing. Luis Salazar was in a gas station bathroom when he noticed a fanny pack hanging on a railing. After failing to find the owner, Salazar opened the pack to look for identification, and inside he found cash. A lot of cash. The fanny pack owner eventually reported it missing. Using security footage, police identified Salazar and called him to say the owner was waiting at the station.
So I gave him his bag. This is yours. And he was crying, and he hugged me. It's not my money to take. I was not raised that way.
So just how much money was in the bag? Well, more than $30,000. The owner said he was carrying it for a family emergency and was shocked that it was returned to him. Salazar said he never considered keeping it.
Hopefully he gave him a nice little gift.
Yes.
Yeah,
maybe
that 30,000.
Something. Give him something.
Yeah.
$30,000 though.
Wow.
Just cash in a
lot of
fanny
money
pack.
to carry around.
Yeah. All right.
Now, I noticed something here. As you see, this person is the person I believe whose bag it was. Face is blurred. It also appears that they have a beard here, which I am going to go out on a limb and say that is not a real beard. Now, they did show their arms, which they should have asked them to blur that too, because they may be able to identify them. They also have a Nike shirt on, but that was some re-up money, I believe. I believe that was some re-up money, and he cried because he was like, they was about to cut off my pinky toes when I found out. Or maybe, no, that's the only thing I can think of. This was drug or some type of crime-related money. And old buddy did right. And the reason why they didn't break him off nothing, because that was the re-up money. You can't be giving nobody no reward out of no re-up money. Are you insane? They want all of the money. So, yeah. And as a person who has lost his wallet, more times than I can count. I remember one time when I was in school, I was in Florida, I lost my wallet in the club, and my driver's license still had my Arkansas address. I get home because I had drunk a 6-pack of Steel Reserves that day, and then got to the club and kept buying Budweisers. That's how I knew I was drunk off of the Steel Reserve, because I was drinking nasty-ass Budweisers. Anyway, get home, kick in my door. I wake up in the morning. I also had to walk on the freeway because I was going off on somebody in the car. And they was like, Soup, you tripping, da-da-da-da. I was like, let me out the car. And then I ended up walking, and I had to walk all the way down University Boulevard. Then they talked me into getting back in the car. Then I got home, and I had lost my keys, too. So I had to kick in the door. I thought I was going to kick in the door like on the Mob Squad, but the deadbolt was in there. So I ended up kicking it like 15 times, and it finally broke the wall through. Dad, that was a crazy night. Anyway, I wake up the next morning, and my wallet gone. 2 weeks later, my daddy, I get a package in the mail, and I open it up. It's my wallet. It had my $3 in there, and that credit card that was over that been over the balance and stuff. I'm assuming they tried to use it. All my stuff was in it. They sent it to my daddy's house and then sent it back to me. Shout out to them. I done lost my wallet 23 times. And they always gave back to me. Except for that time I lost it in that damn Burger King. I had $60 in there. I did have 7 credit cards. I went up to Walmart. This had a Burger King, which you should have known the level of Walmart. They got a Burger King instead of McDonald's in there. I should have known. Went up to the customer service. I was like, y'all got a wallet? What's your name? Blah, 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 blah. I get it. Open it up. $60 gone. When I'm walking out, I had my wallet like this. I look up, and it was this short black bald head dude. Kind of had a Friar Tuck hairdo. He looked like he had 4 kids with a box Chevy. And he looked at me. I looked at him, and I was like, at least you didn't use the credit cards. Because he could have did some damage. And it would have been free, too. Matter of fact, why you didn't use the credit cards, dude? That wouldn't have been no money out of my pocket. You gonna take my $60? You took my $60. You should have ran that credit card up to the max. But no, I guess you felt like you was doing me a favor, taking my actual cash. Shout out to this dude, man. I bet you still, you got all your pinky toes, and it is great. I'm happy for you. Another story I found. What is it? Crossing guard. Let's see. Car wreck. This crossing guard gave a very, very... Wait, is this the app? Hell no, I don't want to open it up in the app, man. Let me see. All right, here we go. This guy in Philadelphia, he's a cross guard. He tells a story about an accident that he saw. It's given very, very high levels of old dirty bastardness. Check it out.
Hey, you said you saw this.
Oh, yeah, I forgot for the engagement. Would you have returned the money in the fanny pack? Please put the comment in the... Please put a comment in the chat about the fanny pack for engagement purposes. A YouTube video told me not to bringing it up that it's for engagement purposes, but I hate doing manipulative stuff when I really, just put the comments in there.
Yeah. How did you come to be in that spot?
I'm the crossing guard on 55th and King Session. When I tell you, he ran the light, T-boned the lady, I'm bobbing and weaving. I'm just thankful.
And this is actually real. This ain't no skit. This is actually from NBC 10, Philadelphia, the actual official thing.
Thankful to be alive right now. Thank you, Jesus.
What did it sound like?
Bam! No, not to be funny. I swear, not to be funny. It happened that fast. And luckily, I'm alive.
Do you know what time of day
I had
kids
to pull
are playing out there?
They was out there. They were in there. I had to pull a kid out. No, I had to pull, what's the name, nephew out.
What?
Mm-hmm. No, what's the name, nephew? Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there were kids in there?
Yes.
So describe this for me. You hear the bang.
Bang. I don't know which way to go because he ends up in the schoolyard. Luckily, I wasn't on the corner. I'm in the shade slightly because it's an 82-degree day today.
And then what?
Crazy. My adrenaline is still running. I'm just thankful to be alive.
So you see this car on its side. Kids are screaming. What's going on?
I run Sheeple. Then I grab a kid out because he's stuck franticing. Pull him out. Ain't nobody in there. Guy's in there. He's trapped in there. Then I run out, get myself together, because my heart is boom, 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 boom.
No doubt.
Crazy.
And you grabbed a kid.
Pulled him up out of there.
How was the kid?
He was shaking up, but I pulled him up out of there.
Was he like under a piece of playground equipment? Or
Yeah,
what?
right up under there.
Wow.
No, I'm being honest.
No, I believe you. So tell me about this car. Did you see what happened to her?
Do a 360. I didn't know which way to go. Luckily, I wasn't right there on the corner. I would have been trapped in the madness if you zoom in. I'm being honest.
What's going through your head, man?
Thank you, Jesus. That's what's going through my mind. Thank you, Jesus.
All right, man.
Being honest. Thank you, Mr. Softy.
The continued use of dead ass on the local news. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Make sure my button works. And I'm talking about, he told us it was what, 102 or something. He said it was a hot day. At first I was like, why are you going in on that ice cream? But, you know, you don't want to waste no ice cream like that. You know what I'm saying? But this one of them things where I'm like, we've all asked this question before. It's like, wasn't nobody else you could have talked to? But the producer saw this guy and was like, no, this is ratings go. It's gonna go ham on our YouTube. I also thought this was Redman. And I thought he was a taxi cab driver with this hat. Cocking this hat to the right, or the left, I mean, like this. Crazy work. Be very honest. And I know he just living his life, but it's just a bad look. How old is this man? He don't seem like he that young neither. He seemed like he about 42 or something like that. I don't know, but if he saved somebody's life, that's great. I think I had one more story. Let me check this out.
Let's
see. Oh yeah, and Janet Jackson. Happy birthday to Miss Jackson. Nasty. This is how she celebrated. And to all of the regular people out there, I'm sorry, we gonna watch it, but I need you to take note. Did y'all see Rihanna's previous birthday? And do you see this birthday right here? They are not spending $4,000 in Nubo. Or anywhere else that they can't afford to impress a bunch of people. I think this was at somebody's house. Just regular cake. Okay, that cake probably was 2 G's, but still though, for the most part, it's just a regular party. Stop spending all that money on just one day. You can spend it on yourself and have the people that love you around you without, giving these businesses money. Just do it at the house and get better gifts for yourself. I'm not understanding, but let's continue.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
As you see, there was a lot of there was a lot of woods in there. Caucasians, so that's why when she sparked off the other version, it didn't take off like it should have. Just to put that out there.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Also, it's a lot of our own that I'm not seeing knowing the lyrics to that song, which is very simple. Now, the reason this video kind of popped off is because they wanted to show Johnny Gill.
I want to say, Jan, 60 is not a bad place to be. Hold on. It's not that. It's really not that bad.
Not at all.
Shut up, Val. I just want y'all to know Jan is a little older than me. We're both. Oh yeah, but I mean, we're both turning 60, but she's a little older than me, and I respect my elders. So I
we don't have to go through the whole 2 minutes. The reason I brought this up is because the caption said, Janet Jackson making them switch from the white birthday song to the black birthday song. I love when they stop that whispering and talking get loud. Johnny Gill giving strict old gay speech. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I watched the Luther Vandross documentary, and it really made me sad that he could not live his life like it was golden. He had to, because of the time period he came out in, not realizing that folks like Drake is out running amok. And you can be yourself out here. And that was my biggest thing about that. Johnny, you ain't got you or my comedic number one, y'all ain't gotta just be. I mean, you got the one dangling earring. What else do you got on a whole jean jumper? This is a jean onesie. Stop it. You went and talked about you was gonna sue some folks last year because they said they seen you at a party in Hollywood Hills tongue kissing some other person. I forgot, they was famous too, and you was like, yeah, I'm indubitably not like that. And I was like, we don't care. We gonna still sing My Mama. We gonna still sing Fair Weather Friend. We'll be there to the end. Even in the stormy weather. Time and time again. We can't stand the rain, Johnny Gill. We can't stand you hiding your truth. That's what we can't stand. All right. We're about to move on over to, I believe, our last story of the night, of the morning. And it is about that fraudster. Now, we're not going to go too far into this because this is not a Drake hate forum. That is what the struggle stream is for. However, this is related to musical business and ethics. So, where is that link that Lady Lex has sent me? I know I got it. I know I got it. I won't be your fair weather friend. I'll be there to the end, even in stormy weather, and time again. That song goes so hard because I'm a fair weather friend. Depending on the situation. And I was like, why was you talking so bad about me? Ain't nobody got time to be there when you down. Whew. I was like, oh my gosh, is this the J.O.B.? All right, y'all. Iceman by Drake received 50,363,895 filtered streams on global Spotify chart on May 17th. Day one, it was 139 million. Day two, dropped 50% to 70 million. And then on day three, it went down another 30% around to 50 million. And let's see if there are some Drake drainers in here to fight. And then we're also going to go to the Reddit of drainers. I don't have the warning set up over here yet, I don't believe. Yeah, I ain't got the warning set up, but just know that it's gonna be crazy. But let's see what these comments say really quick first. GNX day 3, 54 million. The remaining Crodies trying to keep this afloat. Someone said he improved. For all the dogs, it went down 34% to 48,000. So at least it was, 48 million. At least it was 2 million more. Let's go, King of Rap. They mad AF. I'm not sure if that's a joke or not. Those are very crazy pictures. Now let me see. Is this 100%? Let me see, cause I'll be worried when I be seeing fan accounts or whatchamacallit accounts. Let's see, 22,000 followers. Okay. This feels like. Wait, hold on. This 54 minutes ago. That's 59 minutes ago. So this more recent. Did it lose some more? So then day one, it went from 65 million to 31 million to 21 million. This person said these U.S. Spotify numbers are not going to get him the 500K the first week. With this pace, somebody's lying. Said Apple Music has a lot of American users, don't forget. And yeah, Apple Music, we cannot ever forget his relationship with the Apple Music, which y'all known before. I don't use Apple Music at all. I didn't use it anyway. But as soon as they had that ovary radio, and it was no women, it was just the Froster, I was like, here we go. I'm not gonna be there. How you go just claim that you got 2 ovaries and a vagina, and you got a whole? Well, I guess technically that's right, because he is capital P. So maybe it was accurate. However, I'm still not representing that garbage. No. Let me see. Let's see what the mainstream news is saying. Drake's Iceman sales. All right. That's 2 days ago. We need something from today. Most recent. Let's go here. Time, anytime. We gonna go in the past hour of actual news. Is there any new? Hey, Polymarket. I don't know if y'all know what Polymarket is, but that's where you can literally bet on anything. Did they make that picture that look like that for a reason? What is this? Let me get the hell out of here. Let's go to news. And the news probably didn't cover it because, like, we don't give a damn about this. So Aiden Ross got some Drake's Iceman early for dying. Don't bother care. Why did Young Dolph Shooter please? Oh, wait. Young Dolph Shooter pleads guilty, concluding rapper's murder case. Cornelius Smith Jr., who previously admitted to shooting a rapper at a co-defendant's trial, is sentenced to 20 years. I ain't go front. That video was wild. That was some life type shooting right there. At a cookie shop? This is broad daylight cookie shop. That's crazy. I mean, I guess he told, but he told on somebody that's dead. So it ain't no specific numbers. All right, y'all. We about to go to the Glaze station. The Drainer Reddit. So it ain't gonna hit 500. It say 430 to 450 just from streaming alone. Let's see if anybody came in here and dropped some actual facts. Let's go to the newest. Let's see. It would be even better if he released some CDs or vinyls. Drake fans don't listen to vinyls or CDs. They stupid. I wonder how streams look after Memorial Day. Bundles 700. It's doing at least, yeah. No, it ain't gonna do none of that. So they in here still glazing, draining, if you will. Of course, it's not realistic. This person gonna say this, which I don't even think it's a real human. Talking about you not getting 15 tomorrow. This is streaming. Look, we ain't seen real popularity of somebody in a very, 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 very long time. Very long time. Since streaming has taken over, since Spotify and the record labels merged, record labels got all that stock, we ain't seen it. That's why even music industry people even say, don't none of his number ones count. They don't. Because how streaming work. Back in the day, you had to go and purchase it. You spend money. $15, in my day, it was $16.99 to $21 sometimes. And you got it, and whether you listen to it or not, you still gave a substantial amount of money. Now with streaming, they said that one dumb song, I don't know, it was something about he get wet for vodka crying or something like that. Oh, it's got that's how streaming work. You go to an album, it auto-play the first song. And long as 30 seconds get played, they count it. And I think they might have changed to 30 seconds. It might be shorter. Who knows? But I know it used to be 30 seconds. If people listen to music like me, they'll listen for 30 seconds and then move on to the next one. So that don't even matter, fraudster fans. These numbers are BS. They mean nothing because they can be manipulated, altered, or he showed y'all the bot form in his own video. And then he put his own house with all the predators in the bot farm video. He telling you the bot farms is in his house, and all them red dots is the rooms in his house where the bot farms are being ran by the predators. Then he go pop some fireworks to celebrate his substantial amount of bot farms. He set that one on fire in the video because he's saying, I got so many bot farms, I don't even need this one over here in the ice house. I got them all at the embassy. But everybody want to try to be like, oh, that being he burning Kendrick Lamar's pots. No. It's no different than rich people when they be like, I ain't set this $100 bill on fire. I got a bajillion others. That's why he did that. To show Kendrick, look, I got way more bot farms than you. I can set this one on fire. Here the location. That's why my house so big. So I can put multiple bot farms in there. But everybody got their own interpretations. I just think mine makes the most sense. We about to see what y'all talk about in this chat for the next 8 minutes. And then I'm going to get off. I guess the show is going to be a 2-hour show from now on. But yeah, it don't matter if he hit number one. If he beat Michael Jackson record, he didn't really beat it. I mean, he beats off, but he did not beat that. Streaming ain't real. It don't count for nothing. Nobody got in their car or caught the bus or caught the train or walked to purchase anything that he's ever done. Never in life. Nobody has. The phone, you can go to sleep and your playlist and if you got a very trash playlist on Pandora, which is, did y'all know Pandora that's still up. People still got Pandoras. Anyway, it don't matter because if people just put they Pandora or something on radio, that count as a stream. If people put their stuff on random, and they got the option now on Spotify at least where it say, oh, you can shuffle your playlist, but we go throw some songs in there as a suggestion. They ain't doing nothing but infiltrating your playlist to make your playlist not a playlist no more so they can put people who have paid into your playlist. They do the same thing with the fraudster. None of his sales through the 2000 teens, they have no meaning. They are meaningless on these websites. They clatter, but they not equal. They not equivalent. He'll never be Michael Jackson wearing Michael Jackson glove. Now I hope that one day they have him, take more of his estrogen than needs to be, and he don't wake up. Which I'm pretty sure he done already overdosed on estrogen already. How you got a fake six-pack with breasts and back fat? You can cut a slab of bacon off that dude's shoulders. But yeah, his sales don't matter. He not beating Michael Jackson. This ain't even the same. There's no equivalence. People was out there not paying rent to listen to Thriller. People was out there missing car notes to get bad. Nobody's doing that for that. So I don't care what they say on it. Oh, he beat Drake. No, he didn't. He didn't beat nothing. Except for his meat. And I'm not even making that up. He dropped a whole video like a weirdo of him beating his own meat. Every other celebrity dropped a sex tape with another person in it. But he the only one that was in there jacking off. What? And this y'all fans of this? This what y'all fans of? A self-mutilator? Mutilate self and then distribute it out to the internet where children playing. How did he make it past that? Why didn't nobody stop it after that? That actually should have been he should be on the predator list for that. That was visual assault. Let's see what you guys got to say in the chat. Living in this cold, cold world. I'm sorry for the language of the fraudster, and that's why we can't talk about the fraudster in the morning. It's always gonna lead down to some decrepit indecency. That's the only way. It is never going to end on a good note. Now I'm mad at the world again. I should have cut the show off with the dude eating the ice cream, but no. At least that would have, man, you know what, man, there's some good people out there just having fun. No, I had to end it on this. You know what? No Drake talks at least at the end of the show. And really, I might ban it all together. And once a week. We say, matter of fact, all Drake talks is going to the struggle stream unless I feel like talking about it that morning. All Drake talks going to struggle stream. All right. Now we get into the chats, which this is weird. If I'm facing this way and the chats is over there, so let me move this over here. Let me do this. So I'll come over here and then that's the screen and then a highlighter. I highlight a chat. Okay, that's cool over there. And then we go bring this box over here. Yeah, that's symmetric. This is pleasant. This is pleasant. Whacking off and distributing video to children. And not ain't in jail. Wow. Let's see. Poison Ivy said Coretta didn't even like him at first. She said, "Who is this little boy?" I ain't know that. I ain't know. I'm pretty sure it was like on Scandal or like on you know, where the president was with his chick and it was just, you know, it was because the pedigrees and stuff. I think that's probably what it was, because she knew he liked Woods, and she probably, to be honest, I doubt she had to be enjoying herself, you know. I guess I can believe some people blatantly getting cheated on don't be doing nothing on their own side. But I don't count it as cheating if the person know it. It's cheating to the rest of the world, but to them it's just like, you know. Because cheating mean you don't know. Once you know and don't go nowhere, it ain't cheating no more. It's called not cheating. You just look bad to outside people. You know who I'm shocked got 3 women to marry a day him? Frankie Lyman. Word, I ain't seen that movie, but if the movie anything, if Frankie Lyman anything like, what's his name? What's the old buddy name? He was Old Dog. I mean, when I was growing up, all the girls wanted Old Dog. So was Frankie Lyman not Old Dog status? Somebody let me know. Like I said, I ain't seen the movie, but that's why in biopics, the person gotta look like the person. You can't just be swapping out just anybody in the biops. Cause now, since you done said that mean you basically telling me Frank Lyman probably was hit in the face and only got the women cause he was singing Why's the Bird So Gay. I thought he was pimping. But they done went and got Old Dog to play him. Inkwell Man. Barry Gordy from the new movie. And I guess, you know. I saw this lady, Lex. Yo EQ TV has been on Drake's neck. That's all they do is guess it's 100%. South Park straight out said it's like, yep, they did. You right. You was right. I ain't wanna. It's been a while since I seen it, but I remember Cartman had on that. He had on that full blown Colonel outfit, Slave Master's outfit. They always shout out to South Park, man. They be keeping it real. They always be keeping 1000%. Every time. That literally said he will keep his money. Damn Arkansas education system. Oh, it said he will keep his money. Oh no, let's not blame the Arkansas educational system either. I didn't go, so it's not their fault. It's purely on the soup. Alice just let him have it. He was up at 10 in the morning, trying to function. My body and this is to all the haters, all of the people who was like, oh, Soup ain't gonna be waking up. And when I say all, I mean it's not. My body is now. I got it on back on my old time where I used to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get everything. I wake up at 5 now. I ain't go to sleep till 1. Still woke up at 5. Luckily, my wife wanted to sleep in, and so I slept in until 7. And then she put it on snooze again. And I was like, my body was like, nope, you up now. And I was like, okay. And then I came. I had changed the time to 10 o'clock. But now I'm on track. That's right. But you was right to doubt me, though, because I am me. I'm not saying you weren't right to doubt me initially. But I'm showing and proving. Let's see. Yeah, 5 Heartbeats. You got to watch that. You got to watch. 5 Heartbeats so good. I'm not going to tell you to try to bootleg it or nothing. If it say it's $3.99 for the HD version on Amazon and you got to pay, it's pay worthy. You not going to feel like you got gypped. You'll be like, oh my gosh, how did I miss this wonderful production, this masterpiece of a movie? So many good songs too. So nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. Great songs. I ain't never wished the raindrops would fall. I don't give a damn. Folks saw me crying. I was out in public crying. I remember one time I had got my heart broke. I'm walking down the street. I'm talking about tears. It's coming down. I was in North Little Rock. I'm talking about tears coming down. And this white old school, it was a white something. I think it was I was gonna say a Bronco, but I think it was like a Explorer or something pulled up on me. It's like, damn dog, you looking down in the dumps. I was like, yeah, man. Hey, you got some condoms? It was literally what it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was Appreciate it, dog. Drove off. Whoa, I love Lil Rock. Even North Lil Rock. Man. Let's see. I be having stories that don't even sound real. Me, my cousin, and sometimes me and my wife will sit up and tell stories like that don't even sound like it really happened. That don't sound like it happened for real. Let's see. See, Lady Lex, it's just, you see how she said it's just $3.99 to watch? Just. That's how good it is. Because usually I see that $3.99, I'm like, you got me, what? I ain't paying no $3.99 for this. What? It's worth the money. It's worth the money. She sure would, because he was prompt. He was a business man. Shady, because it's the music business. I gotta fight every night to prove my. There are many classic movies I haven't seen. I just wasn't exposed to certain things. Some people consider my childhood sheltered. I ain't gonna front. I believe it was kind of abusive. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but as a child, they had Poison Ivy watching C-SPAN. And I mean, some people might be like, oh, she was being educated and learning about the, and if I had been there, I would have called CPS immediately. Yes, I want to report there's a child being shown C-SPAN and what? Poison Ivy? 17,000 other people have already called. Authorities on the way? Great. I'm so glad. Make sure that you guys bring a tape of She-Ra and maybe even Fraggle Rock or something like that, because hopefully we can reverse the damage. They're going to be a very, 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 very anal adults when they watch other people's lives who spell differently if we don't get to them in time. Muffin babies as well. I'm just joking. You know it's all love over here. Super, don't bring up Magic Springs. That used to be the greatest place in Arkansas. I remember when I finally went to Magic Springs. Now, I ain't even no big amusement park person, but I remember growing up seeing a commercial where they was on them bikes with the big old blue wheels going through the water. I ain't get to Magic Springs until like it wasn't really Magic Springs no more. It was like early 2000s. And I was like, it ain't trash, but it wasn't magic. It was like, I don't know, sleight of hand springs. That's what they should have called it, sleight of hand springs. It's our tri-state Louisiana. I thought, because ain't Arkansas, we literally touch Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas. Like, we touch like 50 bajillion states, if I wasn't mistaken. That's why I thought I was wrong. Ain't we like the quintuplet state area? Yeah, throat spray is wild, though. That is true. That is wild. We all have a few classes we may have missed or were sheltered from. Mine was Harlem Nights. My mom still think I ain't seen it. Yeah, I didn't get to see Boys in the Hood, but I saw everything else. But Boys in the Hood, I ain't see Boys in the Hood till I was like a teenager. And everybody was like, oh, you're black. Man, you ain't seen Boys in the Hood, man, that's wild. And I was like, bro, I ain't. So. Then I saw it and I was like, I missed out. That's where they got that from, because that was from before the internet. So folks were saying quotes and stuff. Niggas were just Ricky, and I'd be like, what is y'all? Ain't nobody here named Ricky. What are y'all talking about? I didn't say that out loud, but that's how I would think when people was doing quotes. And then when I finally watched the movie, I was like, oh, that's where it came from. Okay. That's the only bad thing about missing classes. I remember when Chappelle show, I'm Rick James came out. I missed it. I forgot what I was doing, but I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. And I walked into school the next day, or college class, whatever. And all I heard, I'm Rick James, bitch. I'm Rick James, bitch. What does the five fingers say to the... I'm looking around, where are y'all talking about? And I got to my first lecture of the day, and they was like, I was like, what? Somebody came in, and they looked me dead in my face, like, I'm Rick James, bitch. And I was like, no, you not. Your name is Brenda. What is happening? She ain't see it. I was like, I ain't see what? It was like Dave Chappelle, this is Rick St. James. And since this was like, what, 2004? We didn't have the streaming like it was, and it took me a minute to be able to see it. Somebody ended up uploading it. It was on Brer Share, like a little bit later, but I missed the cultural event, and it still hurt me to this day that I didn't get to. I'm walking to school. I remember I walked to school that day, had high hopes and good spirits, and now I'm the loser that didn't see the Dave Chappelle. It sucks when you miss that type of stuff. Let me see. Poison said, I understand the cultural references from the movie due to social media. It's do. Poison Ivy, not dude. Not D-U-D-E. Did you get your GED? Let's get it together. It feels good to finally give somebody what they've been. Let's see. I'm going to leave it on the screen, too. And it's gone. Harlem Nights is one of my favorites. I saw that when I was really young. I think I didn't see Harlem Nights until I was a bit older as well. I think I didn't see Harlem Nights probably till I was... I'm trying to see. I might have saw it earlier, but I don't remember. I think I was a teenager, too. I didn't see that till later, from what I remember. God dang, it's a lot of chats in here. All right, y'all having fun today. Wait. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. What's the eighth wonder? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the first 7 wonders. It used to be Astrodome and Astro World down here in Houston, but you couldn't pay me to even park my car over there. It got messed up after Katrina. They need to teach child support math. I'll tell you what child support math. I'm gonna tell y'all this story, then I'm gonna get up out of here. If y'all don't know the story of how I found out about my first child, it was on MySpace. I was out here wild now, didn't even know I had no child. Long story short, when I found out, I went and put myself down on child support. Me and my daughter's mom went to the child support office. And at that time, I think she might have been making more money than me or something. I'm not sure. Went to the child support office. And so we went down there. I was like, yeah, we want to, I'm going to put myself on what I want to do for $150. I'll never forget. And I got another story that reinforced this. It was we. So, old girl behind the thing, she did this and looked at her stuff. It's like, $150, you do know that she makes XYZ and you can get $400 a month. I was like, yeah, I don't care about that. We want $150. We go, no, I made more than her. I'm sorry, that's reverse. She was like, you do know, she told her, you do know you can get $400 a month from him. And she was like, yeah, I'm cool on that. We just doing $150. Everything else could be. That woman sit there for 6-7 minutes. Look, you need to really think about this. 150, there's a big canyon between 150. I'm talking about kept pushing them. And we sitting there, we like, I ain't say nothing. She was like, yeah, I'm cool on that. It's just 150. We cool. Like, ain't no problem. We only doing, and the only reason we did that was so at that time we could do certain stuff with Medicaid and stuff like that. Like, we had already had it planned out. We didn't nobody hate each other, nothing. I had my baby half the time anyway. And when that woman, she finally gave us, she was like, Fine. If you want to do it like that, that's fine. I swear. It was crazy. Let's fast forward. I ended up getting custody of my son. And I had both my kids actually in the reverse. I put them on child support. So eventually I was like I started making so much that we couldn't pimp the Medicaid and stuff no more. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna put the kids on, because really we was just doing it for the insurance and stuff. So I was like, all right, y'all, we about to go down and I'm gonna take y'all off, just completely take y'all off for child support. And so I go to 2 separate child support offices with my daughter's mom, my son's mom. And they did the same thing, reversed on me though. I'm sitting there. I was making 5-6 times what they making together. This man sit up, he was like, I was like, yeah, we want to take it off or whatever. He was like, wow, only 150, because they was just doing 150 too. Only 150. You do know, and like I said, I'm making stupid, but you do know you could be getting 325. Let me make sure, 325. I was like, yeah, but we here to take it off. Like, we here to take 10 minutes. That man tried to talk me into keeping both my kids' moms on separate occasions. The second one was a woman. The second one we went to, she wasn't as pushy as the one with my daughter's mom. But when I went with my son's mom, that month, I'm talking about, it was like being in the sales. It was car. It was like they was selling it. I ended up getting cool with somebody working the child support office, and then they kind of broke it down with me how it worked, because they use child support to make up for the money that they give food stamps to everybody on and any other social services and stuff, and that's why they so hard on it. That's why you can go to jail for it, and it don't matter man, woman, or nothing. I'm talking about, I'm sitting there. They see the checks. They see how much I make more than them, and they was trying to get me to pay more. I was like, are you insane? Do you see the discrepancy? Well, I'm just saying, sir, you know, it's all about the children being taken care of. I got them. What are you talking about? That's why we could. They tried to talk me into not only not taking them off, but to raise it higher than it was. It was like when I worked at a call center for AT&T bill collection, and they was like, yeah, so you call in to collect the bill, then we need you to try to upsell them. I was like, what? They would want us to call and be like, yeah, you owe $600 on your bill. Can you make any payment today? Get cussed out, and then be like, try 3 times, and then be like, well, we currently offer long distance service, da 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 da. And then you had to try that 3 times. So you call to ask for some money, then try to sell them something at the end. I was like, are you insane? I ain't even make it to the floor on that job. When they did the shadowing thing, I was like, yeah, I need to get my life together on that one. But yeah, so child support is crazy, and it can be useful, but really, to be honest, it is, mediation should be the first, and actually mediation was the first step in our initial stuff. But at that time, didn't nobody show the mediation, so. But child support is a horrible racket. It can be useful, it can be helpful. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying it's not useful and helpful for some people, but it is, I have seen that it can be very predatory, and they don't care about nobody. I was like, I'm talking about the amount of money they wanted to take, because at this time, you know, they was going through some stuff. I was like, they ain't going to be able to take care of themselves with the amount you trying to take out. Are you crazy? They ain't give a damn. And that's why I be like, man, like I said, I get it, but it is not, it can be a nefarious thing and a tool used on both sides as well. When I was getting when I was getting child support before I was making a lot of money though, all that money, it was a lot of dudes been like, yeah, they just be using that money to do this. I was like, no, not all of them. I use that money on the kids. That's the kids' money. Are you insane? I remember I get that damn card, and they pay for the and then another thing, if I did use it for me, it was for me to be able to do something for them. And so for everyone that go use it for Birkin bags or some stuff like that, which you can't get unless you one of them baller women. Majority of people using it for the children, I assume. At least I was. That's another topic for another day. I can hear the confusion now. Like, none of that stuff makes sense. Wait, you was on child support, then they was on child support. One day I'm gonna get a membership and I'll break it all down. Maybe my wife will even jump on with me if she feels like it. Maybe even my mom, my daughter's mom or something. But then she gonna be like, I heard you be making some money from them videos. I'm like, yeah, never mind. I don't want you to be. What old buddy say from the from that other live with the other channel, spread the bread? She could be like, spread the bread. And I'm like, no, bakery's closed. I'm sorry. One day I'm gonna do that though. I do want to talk about co-parenting and relationships, especially when stuff crazy in different scenarios and how they done worked out. And I really want to do that because my pops taught me. Like, my pops, all me and my brother's sisters' moms was cool. 3 of them. And then was cool with his last girlfriend. Wasn't no monogamy or polygamy stuff or nothing like that. It's just my pops was so stand up. He didn't never lie to nobody. Never. He ain't never cheat on nobody neither. Like, he would be like, yeah, I don't want to be with you no more. Then he get with somebody the next day. Not to say he might not been cheating. But he was always up front. So, no, my mom didn't hate him. Not hate him like to where they hate him because they might have been hurt, but not because he lied. All our moms said the same thing. Your pops ain't never lied. He always did what he said he was going to do. And when I found out I had 2 kids, 2 separate people in a 9-month period, he was like, yeah, just do whatever you say you're going to do. And if they get mad at you, just be like, okay, don't never get mad at them back. And changed my life. We had a very excellent. It didn't even change my life. I already knew that from watching him. And both my baby mom, my wife, and my daughter's mom been cool since day one. But that's another tale for another day. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me here at the I'm a Woke Show with Suparig. Join me tonight at the Struggle Stream where we will go more in depth into the Froster. Get more reviews from Drake stands on what they think about this trash album. We'll talk about how Joe Budden sit down and spin on it. Him and his whole cast was spinning on it. Apparently, this weekend had people to pay to watch him spin on it. But it's way better than making people pay to watch you whack off your animal. Thank you for all the likes, super likes. This ain't the Struggle Stream. I gotta come up with a good intro and some good outro music. Let me see what's a good outro. What is it, 10:53? Hope you have a delicious lunch. And remember, please remember, if somebody offers you Domino's and or Jack in the Box or Chipotle for lunch, they don't care about you at all. And that Chipotle person think they better than you, even though they eating previously contaminated with salmonella and E. coli food. And you probably need to cut them off your friendship list for lunch. Not friendship list forever, but just food friends. You might need to look that up and tidy up that list, all right? Because they don't care. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out.